What's going on, guys? Got a pretty cool video for today. We're doing a Hut Pack Fantasy Draft Challenge. Haven't done a Fantasy Draft in a while. This should be a good one. Basically, guys, I'm going to be opening up Hut Packs, and for every NHL player I pull, I have to take a player in the Fantasy Draft from their team. So, for instance, if I open up this Premium Players Pack, and the first player I pull is Larkin, then my first round pick would have to be a Red Wing, and, so on and so forth. The second player, if it's McDavid, my second round pick has to be an Oiler. So, to get started here, guys, the Premium Players Pack. And real quick, guys, before I open up these packs, if you wouldn't mind leaving a thumbs up on this video, it really helps me out. It should only take 2 or 3 premium players since 10 items, all gold. Hopefully, they're all NHL players. So, we'll see here. As I say that, we do not get an NHLer. LA King, though, Austin Wagner. So, first round pick, LA King. Hopefully, we can get like Kopitar, maybe Doughty, Malcolm Subban, Chicago, Anders Lee, Joe Bellino, Tanner Caro there, Anderson. No NHLers there, so we'll have to open up at least a couple more packs. So like I was saying, guys, I'm just opening up premium players packs for this because we're guaranteed gold players, so it should give us, the most NHL players for like the cheapest cost. Should mention too, if we pull, say, Joe Bellino in that last pack, he's a Red Wing. We don't have to just take a current Red Wing. We can take any player who's played for the Red Wings. I feel like that will just give us a bit more options in the draft. Richard Panik there's an Islander. Lindstrom is on Detroit, so maybe we'll count that as Detroit, even though it's showing Griffins there. A lot of actually AHL players here. Dang. Get Anaheim Duck, Colin Parayko, Niederreiter. Alright. Now this next pack here could potentially be our last pack, depending on how many NHL players we get. It's our third pack. I'll throw this in here even though it's a Fantasy Draft Challenge video. Draisaitl 3, Casey DeSmith, so a Penguin. Hopefully we can get somebody like Jason Zucker maybe, halfway through the draft. Actually, decent amount of NHL players in this one. Victor Hedman's not a bad pull either. And we still need 4 more NHL players, so the next pack will be the last one. Like I was saying, guys, last pack here. Hopefully I can just get another nice pull, make my coins back, hopefully. We'll skip it. Wow, so... it's like they knew I only needed 2 more NHL players. These first 6 players... Oh, let's go! That's awesome! 89 overall, Tyler Bertuzzi. I think I'm definitely making my coins back now. I love that. I didn't even honestly notice. Oh, he's not a purple. He actually shows up as like the white dot. I didn't even notice him down there. That's amazing. I was going to say like the first, 6 players there were NHLers. Then we get a Shark. Red Wings will be our last pick. Carrier, Mers Lincolns. That's awesome. And real quick, guys, I want to thank Bounty Sports for sponsoring today's video. I'm sure you guys have heard about them by now, but they're a daily fantasy sports platform that's switching things up with a simple and easy to use pick'em style opposed to your classic fantasy lineup. I find the pick'em style is a lot easier to win and more fun as well. And signing up is super easy. It takes about 10 seconds. And if you use my code TACTICS, you'll get $5 for free, no deposit necessary. So without spending any money, you can potentially win some big prizes. Now, once you guys have your free $5, you're going to want to either go on the website or download the mobile app. And after that, guys, you want to pick a contest to enter. You can see tons of different sports to choose from, not just NHL. And speaking of that, they actually have a really cool multi-sport contest going on right now. $1,000 in prizes with a $4 entry fee. So we're going to give that one a try. You can see here the first batch of games is actually NHL. So we'll do Edmonton against Montreal here. I think even with Edmonton's losing streak, they should beat the Canadiens. Devils at Hurricanes. I think the Hurricanes are too good at home. Golden Knights at Lightning. That's a tough one. I feel like I got to go with Tampa though. Leafs at Red Wings. Probably not a smart one, but I'm going to go with the Red Wings at home, my team. Buffalo at the Coyotes. Neither team's great. I'm going to go with Arizona there. You get a bit more points, so they are the underdog. I should mention, guys, for all of these, the favorite gives you 1 point, and the underdog gives you more, depending, of course, how much of an underdog they are. Now, the Canucks at the Flames. I think the Canucks have a decent shot to win that one. We now have the NFL games this weekend, the conference finals. Bengals at Chiefs. I really want Joe Burrow and the Bengals to beat the Chiefs. I don't know if they will. I'm just going to do my, my heart bet, not my brain bet here. 49ers at Rams. I think Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp are going to beat the 49ers. They're a better team. NBA here, Celtics at Pelicans. I'm going to take the home team in the Pelicans. Dallas Mavericks for sure. Can't bet against Luka. Also going to go 76ers here. Wizards at Grizzlies. I'm going to take the Grizzlies, so you can see I'm taking all the home favorites, but I'm going to take the Raps because I'm a big Raptors fan. My favorite NBA team. Nets at Warriors. 2 good teams. I'm also going to take the Nets there. And to finish this off, guys, we actually have 2 UFC fights. I'm not going to lie, I'm not too familiar with any of these fighters, but the 2 Russian dudes are also the favorites. So the Russian UFC fighters are pretty good. The fact they're the favorites, too, I got to take them. So you can see my maximum points there, 21.78. So this sounds like something that might interest you guys. Click the link in the description box below and use my code TACTICS for a free $5. Again, no deposit necessary. Highly recommend giving Bounty Sports a try. Now, guys, let's get back to the video. Now for this fantasy draft, guys, I feel like we gotta be the Red Wings. Not only are they my favorite team, but our best pull in those hut packs was Tyler Bertuzzi, who of course is a Red Wing. So I think it fits. Division realignment there we don't really care about. So fantasy draft, of course, is on. Salary cap will leave on as well, so that way computer teams have to worry about it for trades after the draft. Everything else will be off, though, aside from computer trades. So we're at the start of the fantasy draft here, guys. And this guy's picking 4th right now, but obviously I'm just going to close my eyes and randomize. Honestly, since we have to take an LA King, a late first-round pick would actually be better for us to get Kopitar there. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to randomize a bunch of times. I think it feels good right now. 7. I mean, we're getting Kopitar, but we're taking him very, very early. Kucherov, Vasilevsky, Matthews, McKinnon, Draisaitl, McDavid. Yeah, this isn't where Kopitar should go. Ovechkin, Crosby, still on the board. We don't even see our guy. I'm trying to think, is there any like superstars I'm forgetting about that have played for the LA Kings? I don't think so. So, yeah, we're going to scroll down a little bit here. Anze Kopitar, low franchise. He's a two-way center. We're taking him. So, Anze Kopitar there at 7. Definitely a bit early, but just makes it tougher for us. Now, next year we have a Chicago Blackhawk pick. I'm thinking we're going to have to go with Jonathan Toews. As I'm looking through all these players here, and none of them have ever played for Chicago. Oh, there's so many solid players. Drew Doughty was still there. Now, I haven't seen Toews yet. I believe he's 86, so we should be able to take him. Thing is, Toews usually drops in the draft just because he has that huge salary. Actually, guys, I just realized we could take Teravainen because he's a former Blackhawk, but honestly, I think I want Jonathan Toews. If we have him and Kopitar, we have two of the better, two-way centers in the game. Probably not be scoring too much based on our picks. Next year, New York Islander pick. Why couldn't it have been Pittsburgh, Philly, Washington? We're actually saved. Devin Toews still available there. Former Islander, of course. So we get our #1 defenseman. Round 4 now, we have to take a Detroit Red Wing. Hopefully, there's a decent Red Wing still here. None of those guys, unfortunately, have ever been Red Wings. I would love if they had. Oh, we might have to dig deep here for a Red Wing. Honestly, guys, this isn't too bad. We're taking Jacob Vrana here in the 4th. Obviously, if we're just, taking the best team available, we'd have a much better team right now. But still, number 5 here is Dallas Stars. So, there we go. I was hoping Pavelski would be there, bigger contract. That actually works out really well. Could also take Tyler Seguin. Do we have 2 Dallas picks? We do. We also have a Dallas pick in the 9th round. And there's a good chance Pavelski could still be there because he's 37 on a big contract. So, I'm going to risk it. Take Seguin here. And then hopefully we'll get Pavelski in the 9th. Now at number 6, Montreal. Shea Weber. Oh no, he's like LTIR or whatever. Dang. Who here's played for Montreal that we could take? Tyler Toffoli, Brendan Gallagher as well. Honestly, it's just a toss-up between those two. Toffoli there, of course, is a solid sniper. Gallagher here, a bit more X factors, does more things for you. I feel like I want Gallagher. I mean, we already have Kopitar and Toews. It's definitely going to be like a two-way team. Gallagher's perfect for that. Now we have another Islanders pick here at number 7. Pavelski's gone. Oh no, he's still there. Sorry, apologies. Reacted too fast. Islanders. Come on. Ryan Strome. That's probably the pick. Yeah, I mean, we're going so far. So Ryan Strome there would be a really solid third-line center for us. Now at number 8 here. Actually, number 8's the Dallas pick. Right. As I forgot, I was counting Lidstrom as a Detroit pick, even though in HUT he's on the Grand Rapids Griffin. So I figured we had a couple extra NHL players in the last pack. Scratch him out. And it works out well. Someone's going to say I'm cheating, but yeah, number 8 there, Dallas. Joe Pavelski. So our center depth could be insane. I just realized we haven't taken a goalie yet, and we only have 1 defenseman. So next here, Anaheim, number 9. Dang. So with the Anaheim pick, is there a goalie? Maybe like a Freddie Anderson? There is not. Ooh, I don't think Anaheim's going to be our goalie pick. So let's find somebody. Ryan Getzlaf is still here. I think that's a solid Anaheim pick. All right, guys. So next up, number 10, St. Louis Blues. I did see Mike Hoffman would be a solid pick, actually, for the Blues. I was going to say, I thought I saw Jake Allen there as well. Could get our goalie. I don't know, though. Like, do we risk what's coming up? Carolina, if he's still there, we could take Antti Ranta. So let's try and get Antti Ranta with the next pick. We'll take Mike Hoffman here. He kind of honestly replaces Toffoli, who didn't take, as a solid sniper. So our 11th pick, Carolina. Of course, Antti Ranta is gone. James Reimer, though, played for the Hurricanes. I'm 99% sure he did. There we go. So James Reimer will be our starting goalie. We get him there in the 11th round. Not too bad. Next up here, Pittsburgh Penguins. Jordan Staal is a former Penguin. Could be a solid third-line center for us. I know we have a ton of centers already, but obviously we're going to have some guys moving to the wing. Next year's the Kraken pick. The Kraken pick's tough. I was hoping Drieger would still be there because that actually worked out well. Dang. So for the Kraken pick, this one we might have to dig deep. Actually, this isn't too bad, guys. We're getting Jamie Oleksiak here, big defenseman. He's actually our number 2 defenseman. I just realized we gotta start taking some D-men. Next up's a Tampa pick. Okay, so we're gonna have some options. Tampa obviously had some great players go through. Kevin Shattenkirk is a former Lightning. Could take him. Yeah, why overthink it? Let's take Kevin Shattenkirk there. We need defense bad. Now next here, guys, in round number 15, we have the LA Kings. Okay. Alex Edler, I believe, is on the Kings right now. Jeff Carter's also there, but we still need a top 4 D, so I'm going to take Alex Edler here. And now in the 16th round, we have to take a Maple Leaf. I don't think any of these guys ever played for the Maple Leafs. Wow, Jason Spezza, though, and Nick Foligno both have. We'll take a quick look at goalies. None of those guys have. So yeah, we're going to go Spezza or Foligno. Let's take a look here. Probably 4th line center. Spezza's 88 faceoffs with quick draw. Foligno's only 80. I mean, either or could play on the wing. Defensive awareness 87, 85. Oh, man, both are good for us. We have Tampa Bay pick coming up, San Jose, Detroit, Vegas. I don't think either of these guys have played for any of those teams, so I think I like Spezza just because we get quick draw, so 4th line center winning extra draws for you. That is important. Now, round 17 here, we have another Tampa Bay pick. Looking at the top of this list, I don't think any of these guys have played for Tampa. Goaltending-wise, dang, I don't think any of these guys have either. Brian Elliott, though, has. Do we get our backup right now? I mean, let me double-check the players. Anton Strawman's here. Could help on our bottom pair D. I think he makes more sense there than the backup goalie. Backup goalie should be like our last pick. Now, next is the Sharks here. I think I'm going to go with Martin Jones here as our backup goalie just to make sure we have a decent backup, because Vegas is our last pick, actually, and obviously Vegas, a newer team, they'll have less alumni. Detroit here for our second last one. None of these guys have played for the Red Wings ever. I might have to find Zdeno Chara there. We could have taken him maybe for, or actually nothing recently, honestly. Detroit. Glendening? Maybe he'd be our 4th line center. Spets on the 3rd line, move some centers to the wing. Let's take Luke Glendening there. I don't think that's a terrible pick. And our last pick in the draft, guys, Vegas Golden Knights. We have to take a defenseman. I just realized we have 12 forwards. 8 of them are centers. So a defenseman who's played for Vegas. Eric Johnson, no. Goligoski, no. Yandel, Keith, Myers, Edward Vlasic, Braun, Sherratt. We might have to go so far down. I mean, we could take a forward and play them on D, but I feel like that doesn't make a lot of sense. Here we go, guys. Ben Hutton, 79 overall, currently playing for Vegas. I'm going to take him. Hopefully, like, none of the guys I went through I missed, but I don't think so. So, honestly, considering the fact we had, like, pretty tight restrictions on who we could draft, I think this team turned out pretty well. And right there, guys, a quick recap of where we drafted everyone. Again, we went heavy on the two-way centers, Kopitar and Taze, with our first 2 picks. I think Sagan was great value in the 5th round. Always Sims well. Same with Pavelski there in the 8th. I think we got some really nice steals, so we'll see how this team does. Alright, guys, so just finished ending the lines for this team. I'm really curious to see how they do, as they're actually kind of nasty. So, right here, guys, look at the forward group. We got Tyler Sagan, Anze Kopitar, Joe Pavelski on our first line. You might notice all 3 of these guys have the quick draw X-Factor ability, which, of course, gives them better face-offs. So, that's kind of nasty, like if any of them get thrown out of the face-off circle, which I don't think actually happens, but still, they're all really good at taking face-offs. They're getting a +3 as well, so it's a pretty solid first line. Second line here even, Jacob Verana, Jonathan Taze, Brendan Gallagher. Again, I said, you know, face-offs were no problem. Taze there, of course, has the same thing. What are his face-offs? 94. Like, we should be winning more face-offs than any other team in the league. Even Gallagher there, of course, you know, gives us that kind of grit, that feistiness. Verana, he's a good offensive player. Third line here, you got Mike Hoffman, Getzlav, and Ryan Strome. They're getting a +2. And then the fourth line here, just like the first line, every single guy has the face-off X-Factor. Jason Spezza, Luke Glendening, and Jordan Staal. And we're not just going to have the best face-off team in the league, we're also going to have the most leadership. Staal and Spezza here both have the Born Leader X-Factor as their former captains, or Staal actually a current captain. Same goes for Getzlav, same goes for Taze, same goes for Kopitar, as well as Pavelski. So tons of really good face-off players, tons of good leadership. You know, we'll see if that's a recipe for success. Defensively, we're definitely not as good, but still not bad. Really helps out Oleksiak and Taze get a +5 on that top pair. Devin Taze, of course, very good, underrated defenseman. Shattenkirk and Edler's on my bad second pair. Hutton and Strowman on the bottom pair. Should be decent enough. I actually want to mention, for my next roster update, Oleksiak here, he's got the bouncer ability. I need to add, like, the Total Eclipse one, because a 6'7" player in front of your net is definitely going to be doing a good job screening the goalie. Goaltending-wise, James Reimer's our starter. Martin Jones backing him up. Goalies could be better, but I feel like it's decent enough with the team in front of them. In terms of the special teams, neither power play gets a bonus, but like they look pretty solid, especially the first one there. Both foremans get a -1, but it's kind of our best players, so I think it'll be okay. Also, a 4-on-3 doesn't happen very often. Penalty kill wise, +5 on the first, +2 on the second. We knew we were going to have a good PK, and then 3 men there, +1, +0, we'll take that. So overall, pretty happy with how this team turned out. When I saw we had to take Kopitar 7th overall, I was pretty worried about this team, but it turned out a lot better than I expected. Now, Kopitar is wearing the C for us. He was our first pick, and then Getzlav and Taze there wearing A's as some other captains on this team. Again, a lot of captains on this team. They're the ones rocking the letters. I'll show you guys the ratings here as well before we start the sim. So our Hut Pack Fantasy Draft team here has 93 offense, 88 defense, 83 goaltending. We'll see whether or not that's good enough to make the playoffs. And so around the December here, guys, with a really solid record, 23-9-3. I thought this team would definitely be above 500. I didn't expect them to be that dominant. So we're currently second in our division. Maple Leafs, 52 points. Jeez. Jonathan Taze, over a point per game. Love to see that. Hopefully this team can keep it up. Check this out, guys. After the fantasy draft, the Tampa Bay Lightning are in shambles, firing their head coach there. So we are approaching the trade deadline here. Still a solid record. Still second in the division. The Canadiens and Maple Leafs, never mind, we're third in the division now. I see we keep jumping back and forth with Maple Leafs there. Josh Manson being offered to us. Pretty decent trade offer, honestly. But we're not going to be making any trade. We're sticking with the team that we drafted here. So at the deadline, 37-21-4. Penguins have 91 at the deadline. That's ridiculous. We have 78, which is still good. Canadiens first in our division. Central's pretty weak. Kraken are first, actually, in the Pacific. We're about to play them. And yeah, the Penguins 91. I actually want to go take a look at their roster. And speaking of the Penguins, guys, look at this. Wow. They just added Chris Letang and Evgeny Malkin. How perfect is that? Both were playing on the Lightning, who fired their head coach. They traded away Owen Power, first round pick, and Shane Bowers. Wow. The fact that they were doing that well, and they took Owen Power probably with a top 5 pick. He's mid-70, medium elite. And then they bring back like 2 actual, legends of their team, Letang and Malkin. How perfect. Tampa Bay just got Casa. Trade away Perron, Giordano, and Nemestikov-Ouellette. A ton of guys to Nashville. So some big trades happening there. I'll take a look at the standings like I was saying. We're third in the division now. Maple Leafs supposed to play a game. Or actually we lost the Kraken. Kopitar, 67 and 63, is averaging over a point per game. I have to look at that Penguins team because they were already first in the league by quite a bit. And then they add Malkin and Letang. Like, are you kidding me? They've got Ovechkin and Malkin now on the first line with Trocheck, Wilson, Horvat, Tolvanen, Thompson, Paquette, Clutterbuck, Jarvis, Patrick, Foligno. Bottom 6 is rough, but I mean that top 6 is nasty. The fact that they didn't even have Malkin before, though, the top 6 really didn't have a lot other than Ovi, so very surprising they were doing so well. Hanifin, Hamilton, Letang, Vlasic, Rathbone, and Hamonic. I mean, before they added Letang, like, the defense also wasn't that insane. Markstrom, though, 89 overall, very good goalie, having a great season. So, I guess, Hamilton, Ovi, Markstrom, their top picks, we're just kind of carrying them. We'll see them here at the end of the season. Hopefully, we can hold on to our playoff spot, and then maybe we go on a bit of a Cinderella run. Alright, guys, we're at the end of the season here with a record of 48, 29, 5. Finished 2 shy of 50, which would have been nice. 101 points. Third in the division, though, because the Maple Leafs and Canadiens are sick. Both had 104. Penguins finished with 108. Same with the Flyers. And I think those are the 2 top teams in the league. But it looks like Penguins got the tiebreaker, which means they'll be winning the President's Trophy. Kopitar there at a big season, 88 and 82. I'll take that for sure. Over a point per game. And next year we'll take a look and see just how everyone else did on the team. Taze was playing pretty well, and he kept it up. He had 80, just shy of a point per game. Pavelski also had 88. Pretty good for, these mid-30 veterans. Sagan, 79. We'll take that with 37 goals. Gallagher, 73. And he was on the third line, I believe. So that's really nice. But I was on the power play. So 60 minutes a night's pretty solid. Vrana just shy of 60. Hoffman, 54 is good. Getzlav put up 50. So what do we have there? 8 players, all 50-plus points. I'll take that. Taze, 44 isn't too bad. Same as Shankirk, 34. Yeah, I think overall everyone contributed pretty nicely. Goaltending here, Reimer, .897 and 3.27. Jones had almost identical stats. So the goaltending could have been better, but we kind of knew going in. Goaltending was definitely our weak spot. We waited to draft a goalie, but I mean, it worked out. We got to the playoffs. Can't complain. Matthews there, 104 points. Wins the Art Ross Trophy. Panarin. Where was Matthews on, by the way? The Ducks, Panarin, Flames. Kane actually got drafted by Chicago. Go figure. Lucas Raymond on the Leafs. That hurts to see. He had 98 points as well. He must have been playing with somebody good because Raymond never sims that well in Detroit. Horvat, of course, on Pittsburgh. Stammer there on Washington. Crosby on Philly. Oh my god. I think that's even worse than Raymond on Toronto. Wow, that's like sacrilege. Barzal actually goes to Edmonton, where he was destined. Pastrnak on Washington. So he's playing there with Stammer. That's a pretty good dynamic duo, I would say. And, I mean, how crazy is that? So Crosby goes to Philly, who I would say is Pittsburgh's arch rival. And then Ovi goes to Pittsburgh, Washington's arch rival. Like, very, very cool. Now, before I forget, I want to check goals here. Matthews, win the Reach Richard. Ovechkin actually was 11 goals behind. That's kind of crazy. Defenseman here, Dougie Hamilton at 84 on Pittsburgh. That's a big reason why they played so well. Hughes 83 with the Sharks. He actually signed with the Sharks, I think, in our Coyotes franchise. Doesn't look like Taves 44 points can be anywhere close there. Rookie skaters, Lucas Raymond 98. Yeah, he's going to be winning the Calder. Zegras there, Eklund. Real life, I think. I saw like Zegras apparently is currently winning the Calder vote. I don't understand how. It should be Sider for me, I think, number 1, Raymond 2, Zegras 3. Zegras scored a nasty goal, but I think what Sider and Raymond are doing on Detroit's way more impressive. Save percentage here. Best for a starter, Bobrovsky looks like, .917. And goals against, best for a starter, also Bobrovsky, who's playing on the Devils. So Bobrovsky probably going to be your Vezina Trophy winner. So taking a look now, guys, at the entire league. I think we actually finished pretty high. Yeah, 5th in the entire league. So we had a good season. Definitely can't complain with 5th in NHL. 6 teams there with 100-plus points. All the top 16 got in, which is pretty cool. Last place, the St. Louis Blues, 73. Obviously, the fantasy draft, you're never going to have like a really terrible team. I'm surprised even to Tampa Bay. Fired their coach, trade away Malcolm Letang. Still didn't finish bottom of the league, so good for them. Goals for, we were 2nd place behind Philly there, which is solid. Goals against, we actually had the 6th worst goals against. So I thought we were going to be like a really solid 2-way defensive team after drafting Kopitar, Taves. But it turns out we were the opposite. High scoring offense, but we also allowed a bunch of goals too. But I think that just means we're an exciting team to watch. Hopefully, you know, filled the building with tons of fans. First round, guys, Montreal Canadiens. They were tied with Toronto there for best team in our division. So we'll see what they were looking like. I don't think I know anyone on the team. And that's a nasty first line. Matthew Tkachuk, Zibanejad, Rantanen. That had to have been their first 3 picks. Tuch, Turcotte, Tatar, Dahlin, Johansson, Dadonov, Hinstroza, Stahl of Toronto. Not a bad forward group at all. We got the Battle of the Stahl brothers here. Very cool. Defensively, Nurse, Orlov, Grzelcyk, Shillington, Miller, Scandella. That's a decent D. Anderson's our starting goalie. This is a good team. This team could definitely take us out here in the first round. They're solid all throughout their lineup, just like us. So, first 2 games here in Montreal. And we pick up 2 wins. I'm surprised. 5-4 OT and 3-2. 6-4 loss and 3-2 win. We just got to win 1 of the next 3. And there we go. 2-1 OT win, game number 5. Would be cool to play the Leafs in the next round because obviously a rivalry. And they won the division. That's who we have. Accidentally simmed the first game in Toronto, but we ended up 4-1. I love accidentally simming games and winning. I hate accidentally simming games and losing. Pavelski there's got 8-6 right now, so he's coming up big for us in that first round against Montreal. Look at the Leafs lineup now. Dylan Guenther is getting first line minutes there at 78, playing with Aho and Raymond. Okay, so that line's doing awesome, obviously. Raymond had 98 points. Donskoy, Kuznetsov, Pearson, Texier, Pajot, Mercer, Fast, Velarde, Brassard. Not a bad forward group, not as much depth as Montreal, but it's working out well for them. I was going to say, too, guys, after the Arizona franchise, made sure to add wheels to Guenther. I noticed he was missing that. Defensively here, Uyghur, Barry, it's a solid top D pair. Zaitsev, Gostisbehere, Valimaki, Clefbaum. I feel like they got a good defensive group there, of course, led by Uyghur. Goaltending-wise, they got Swayman and Ranta. So 284s. They took the goalie we wanted, of course, in Ranta. We had the same goaltending, really. I think we have better 2-way forwards. I think our defense is pretty similar. They might have a slight edge on us, but we'll see what happens. I mean, we won the first game in Toronto. We win the second and the third. Could we sweep the Maple Leafs here? That'd be incredible. And we do. Wow. 4-1, 5-4, 4-1, 4-1. James Reimer against his old team only allows more than 1 goal in a single game. That is crazy. I'm honestly wondering, guys, maybe we're simming so well right now in the playoffs because we have so many veterans on the team, all that leadership. We probably have like so much poise, which obviously everyone says matters for the playoffs. I am curious. I want to check here quick. So, yeah, Sagan 85, Kopitar 90, Pavelski 90, Taves 90, Gallagher even 85, Getzlav 90, Strom 85, kind of surprising, Stahl 85, Spezza 90. Yeah, like our forwards are just filled with poise. And now in the Eastern Conference Final, we're matched up with the Crosby-led Philadelphia Flyers. How strange is that? Wow, that first line's nasty. Hull, Crosby, Nylander. That's sick. But Colson, Eklund, Burakovsky, they got a young second line. Leno, Hiddle, Athanasiou, Reeves, Backlund, Fogle. Okay. Really led by that first line. The rest of the forwards are just decent. Sandin, Hronek, Nudavera. Chychrun's actually on the second pair, so that's their number 1 guy. Kulak, Susi. Goaltending. Leonard's their starter. That's a solid goalie. Alright, so that first line we really need to shut down. Crosby, Hall, Nylander. That'll be a tough one, but if Taves and Alexiak can do it, I feel like we definitely kind of have more depth than them. So, because it's conference final now, guys, I figured why not sim this thing period by period. We're 8-1 right now in two rounds. That's incredible. We're down 1 early, though. Nylander. 2-2. Kopitar, Vrana, Eklund for them. 3-3. Hronek, Hoffman. They get the game winner there from Philip Hiddle. That's alright. We played them close. Hopefully we can win this next one. 0-0 after 1. 2-2. Alexiak, Vrana. 4-3. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back 4-3 losses. We really got to come home to Detroit and win back-to-back here, because if we go down 3-1, that's probably all she wrote. And we're up 4-1. There we go. Sagan, Pavelski, Vrana, Alexiak, Hall for them. Reeves for them. Are you kidding me? Eklund, Hall, they climb back in it. Vrana there gets us the OT winner. That'd have been bad. Down 3-0. Now, like I was saying, guys, hopefully we can win 2 here in Detroit. Down 1 early. Crosby gets it. 3-0. That's probably it. 5-0. Okay, so need a bit of a miracle. Down 3-1 here. 2 games away, 1 game at home. Maybe we can pull it off. Looks like the Ducks are going to be going to the Stanley Cup Final out in the West. They, of course, led by Matthews. Nothing through 2 periods. 1-1 through 3. OT now. Come on, we need a hero. Another OT. Are you kidding me? Taylor Hall. My favorite Spitfire ever. He does me dirty like that. So, unfortunately, just ran into a really good Flyers team there who knocked us out in 5. And it looks like it'll probably be a Flyers-Ducks Stanley Cup Final. Wow, look at this, guys. That's pretty impressive for a fantasy draft. The Stanley Cup champions are the Philadelphia Flyers, so we can at least be happy we lost to the eventual Cup champs. And they also won the Calder Cup there with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. That's pretty cool. And it was the Ducks, too, that the Flyers beat. Canucks there picking Shane Wright. Tampa jumps up from 9-2. They'll probably be taking Cooley, Savoy, who really knows. So, Veranda there, 12 points, 14 games in the playoffs. Not too bad. We'll take a look here at the playoff tree, see the Flyers road. So they beat the Devils in 5, Hurricanes in 7, us in 5, and then like I mentioned, they beat the Ducks there in 7. Also, guys, quick look at our playoff scores. Pavelski, Taves also had 12 points in 14, Sagan 11, Kopitar 10. I mean, Glendening had 8. I feel like, wow, like look at all the guys there with 8 points. Spezza with 7. I feel like all the guys were actually pitching in. Reimer, pretty solid numbers, definitely played a lot better in the playoffs than he did in the regular season. So looking at these awards, Stanley Cup Flyers, Presidents Penguins, Ducks Flyers, individual here, Matthews, Art Ross. Horvat, though, got the Hart Trophy. I don't remember Horvat being that high in scoring. I'm going to have to go take a look at that. Hamilton there, James Norris, Kane, Lady Bing, Raymond Calder, of course, Nylander, Conn Smythe, Bobrovsky did get the Vezina. He also got the William Jennings Trophy. Alexiak, though, got the Bill Masterton for us. That's pretty cool because usually it's a player on a bad team who gets it. We made the playoffs. We were solid. Very cool to see that that's possible. Minnesota coach Jack Adams, O'Reilly, Selke, Horvat also got Ted Lindsay, and then Matthews there, Maurice Richard. So, yeah, unless I'm blanking on Horvat, like even if he was second in scoring, Matthews is first, had the most goals. How does Horvat take home the Hart Trophy? Yeah, look at that, 96. Okay, it was his plus minus, plus 34. I think they might have took that a bit too much in consideration when Panarin was 102 there with plus 19. But, I mean, fair enough. Kind of cool to see not just the Art Ross Trophy winner win the Hart Trophy. But that's going to do it, guys, for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had fun with this one. If you did, leave that thumbs up. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, hit the sub button down below. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.